I'm Renee Charles with the Heartland Partnership alongside President and CEO Jim McConoughey. And you've had said this term a couple times recently, recession babies.
Right.
So kind of explain to me a little bit about what this term means.
Decades ago, when there was a significant depression, there were a whole group, a demographic of folks that are in their 80s today that survived the world's largest economic recession. In that case, it was a full-blown depression. In this case, this is the largest recessionary period, longest period of time and deepest we've had for nearly 50 years. And so the children that are actually experiencing this, we're calling recession babies. And they actually have some different characteristics that we're forecasting, along with other folks, that the parents have shifted the way they do certain types of things, and therefore the children that are raised in this particular decade will have different characteristics about them.
And we're looking at age 5 to, say, 15.
Right.
And they're going to see the habits of their parents and how they have made major changes. And so they'll be instilling that into their children. Some of the behavioral changes, repairing, not replacing,
Right.
spending a lot more moderately. What else?
We're seeing much greater savings rates. At the end of World War II, we saw the greatest savings rates in America's history. We've seen a steady decline, and then it just fell completely through the floor in the late 80s and the early 90s. So we're seeing this generation as being much more interested in putting a few pennies away for an economic rainy day. And then also wise consumer purchasing. So when you have less and you have to make wiser consumer expenditures, this particular generation probably will be the smartest consumer we have.
All right, and we've seen a lot of problems with the overspending, with buying the top of the line, the best of everything. That's shifting in the mindset of these parents, which hopefully we'll see coming out in their children.
It really is, and so I think that value purchases are going to be the most important buying habit of this generation. Prestige purchases, probably not as important and not as relevant in the marketplace. So if you're an entrepreneur and a consumer, there's been a pretty strong brand imaging process, and I think that brand shifting will occur to better consumer value.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear more about this term recessionary babies coming up as the months unfold in 2010. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Renee.